Evaluate the following: 8 times 16, 9 times 25, 7 times 32, and 6 times 15. Before we do any of these, I want to point out that we have multiplications in all of these problems, but different ways of expressing it. We have two standard multiplication symbols. One of them is a kind of a diagonal cross. It looks like an X, but it's not the letter X. And then also the multiplication dot that we're familiar with. But there are two other ways to denote multiplication. If there is a number written right next to parentheses without an addition or subtraction or a division sign, then by default, that is multiplication. So this is a multiplication problem. And then also, if we have two parentheses that are next to each other with numbers inside, and there's no addition, subtraction, or division sign, that also denotes multiplication. So sometimes parentheses are a way of denoting multiplication. All right, let's look at all of these and remind ourselves how to multiply. So first we have 8 times 16. Now with multiplication, the order doesn't matter. However, we usually put the number with the fewer digits on the bottom if one of them has fewer digits. So I'm going to write 16 times 8. The reason we do that is because each digit in the second number is going to give us a little bit more as far as steps are concerned. So let's just start here with the 8. We take the 8 and we first multiply it by the rightmost digit in the top. So 8 times 6 is 48. We need to remember our multiplication tables. We put the 8 there and carry the 4 up here. And then 8 times 1 is 8. And then we add in the 4. 8 plus 4 is 12. So here we end up with 128. Let's look at the next one, 9 times 25. Now, I would usually write 25 on top, but to demonstrate that it works both ways, I'm going to do it both ways. Let's actually start here with the way I would have, 25 times 9. Again, we start with the rightmost digit in the second row. 9 times 5 is 45. So we put the 5 here, carry the 4. And then 9 times 2 is 18. And then we add the 4 that we carried over. That gives us 22. So we have 225. But let's look at what happens if we would have written it 9 times 25. Again, we start with the rightmost digit in the bottom number. So that's 5. 5 times 9 is 45. Now here, there's kind of an invisible 0. I'm going to write that in because 9 doesn't have anything in the tens place. So here, 5 times 0 is 0, and then when we add 4, we end up with 4. Now when we move to the tens place, to put our answer in the right place, we need to bring down a 0 as a placeholder. And this is something that we'll see in some problems later as well. But because the 2 is in the tens place, we need our answer to start in the tens place. So we put a 0 here. So now we take this 2. 2 times 9 is 18. So we put the 8 here and we carry the 1 this time. Don't need that 4. And then 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. So we put a 1 here. And now when we have multiple rows, we need to add them. 5 plus 0 is 5. 8 plus 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. And we get the same answer. However, it was much more work than the first one. So our life is generally easier when we take the number with the fewer digits and we make that our second number. All right, let's continue. We've got 7 times 32. As we just saw, it'll be less work if we put 32 up top and the 7 on bottom. 7 times 2 is 14. We carry the 1. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 1 is 22. And that gives us 224. Much nicer when we put the number with the fewest digits on the bottom. Okay, let's do one more. We've got 6 times 15. I'm going to write that 15 times 6. 6 times 5 is 30. Carry the 3. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9. And we end up with 90, our final answer.